Welcome, dear friends. Today's journey brings us to one of the most sobering and tender moments in Abraham's life. A moment where love, fear, wisdom, and doubt all stood at the same crossroads. And Abraham took the wrong turn. It looked like love. It sounded like wisdom. But it wasn't from God. And the consequences? They echoed for generations. Let's take a deep breath together and step into this chapter of Abraham's story. You may just find a mirror for your own. It begins with silence. Years have passed since God made the promise. Abraham, now almost 85, waits in the quiet. He remembers the voice of God. Look now toward heaven and tell the stars, so shall thy seed be. That's from Genesis chapter 15, verse 5. But nothing has changed. No child, no sign. Just the wilderness wind whispering against the tents of waiting. And Sarah. Oh, Sarah. She's watched the wrinkles deepen on her face, felt the slow quiet of a womb that never stirred. She is weary of the delay. Her voice trembles with a mixture of resolve and heartbreak when she finally speaks. Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. That's Genesis chapter 16, verse 2. What she offers isn't rebellion, it's desperation, a plan wrapped in cultural logic and loving sacrifice. She offers Hagar, the Egyptian servant, as a surrogate mother. And Abraham listens. He doesn't ask God. He doesn't wait. The voice of God is silent, but the voice of Sarah sounds so much like love, so much like wisdom. And so, Abraham consents. Hagar conceives. At first it seems the plan worked, but then shadows creep in. Hagar, now expecting a child, begins to look down on her mistress. And Sarah, once the architect of this arrangement, feels only bitterness and pain. She turns to Abraham, saying, "My wrong be upon thee." That's Genesis chapter 16, verse 5. And Abraham, unsure and burdened, replies, "Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee." So Sarah deals harshly with Hagar, and the young Egyptian flees into the wilderness. What began in the quiet agony of waiting has now become a house divided by resentment. And the child? His name will be Ishmael, a son of Abraham, yes, but not the son of promise. The years that follow will carry the weight of this one decision. A decision made not in hatred, but in love without faith. Wisdom without prayer. Action without God. Friend, have you ever been there? When the silence of God seems too long, and well-meaning voices offer logical paths that feel easier, safer, faster. It's so tempting to take matters into our own hands, to choose what looks like love, sounds like wisdom, but isn't from God. Abraham's story reminds us, even the faithful stumble. Even giants of faith can step into sorrow when they forget to seek God before acting. But here's the grace. God didn't abandon Abraham. He didn't erase the promise. He redeemed even this misstep and wove it into the bigger story. So if you've made a choice you regret, one born of fear or desperation or doubt, you are not alone. Abraham's journey includes those moments too, and God, in His mercy, meets us even after the fall. Let this chapter be both a warning and a comfort. Wait on the Lord, seek His voice before all others. Even when love and logic agree, if it's not from God, it will not lead to peace. This story is drawn from the powerful book, Abraham, or The Obedience of Faith, by F.B. Meyer. Today's content is from chapter 12, Hagar, the slave girl. We invite you to read this book with us. One chapter a day, one lesson at a time, walking together through the journey of faith. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's chapter. And if this message stirred your heart, share it with someone who might need it too. Together, let's learn what it really means to live by faith,